Okay, my producer fixed me because you guys couldn't see me at all. There's something on my camera. Okay, we're good. We are good. You know, Azur, I am not the one for roses either. Not a fan of roses. I gotta close this door. Hold on. So my husband is the IT specialist in the neighborhood, so everyone always comes over with their computers and says, what's wrong with my computer? So there's someone here and they're talking really loud. So if you hear anything, that's what that is all about. Now, I think I have to give a disclaimer every single time when I do a live. Okay? Let's start the disclaimer right here. Today is Tuesday, March 8th. It's 2:55, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you were watching this any other time after that, I am not going to answer you live on video. I feel like I have to say that. The more you know. I need one of those rainbows that goes over and it says, the more you know. It's not rainbow, is it? It's stars. It's a shooting star and it goes, the more you know. That's what I need, but you know. Well, hello to you too, gorgeous. How are you? So you guys, of course I have to show you new beads that I got. The reason why my table looks like this is because my table always stays like this. So sometimes I like to fix it up and sometimes I don't. So I put my new beads here. So I guess every single time I buy new beads, I put them on my desk here. It is what it is. So these are the new beads that I got. And of course, you know, I like magical 80s colors. And so I found these the other day and I said, I have to have these. I gotta have these now. So anyway, these are, and of course they are not seed beads. These are E beads or 6/0. I think that's what we're calling them. 8/0. I can't remember if it's 8/0 or 6/0, whatever. So this magical thing right here, yeah, I shouldn't have put all my bracelets on, but this is what, yeah, this is what I decided I was going to create. And I said, you know what, I'm not going to finish the bracelet just yet. I'm going to finish it with you guys. Okay, now if I can remember how I did it, because I did it a couple of days ago. So this is what I know. Okay, this is just what I know. What I know is that to do this rose, I needed to have 22 gauge copper wire, and I need to have a lot of it per rose. Okay, because they're basically, okay, really, just trying to steal a show. So basically you're just spiraling it and twisting a little bit, and then you spiral and then you twist. But I found an easy way to do it whereas it's not too much taxing on to your like fingers too much. So I found a way that is like foolproof. Okay, what I know is that I need a lot. So I actually am using this measuring tape that I use for like fabrics, just because it's just easier to use than a ruler. And I measure out about 27 inches. And I cut it right at the 27 inches and then just set it aside. Set aside the wire. Okay. Now, I need this here for encouragement. That's why it's sitting here. Okay. Now, I like these loopers, and I've always told you guys how much I love these loopers because it has 6 different sizes of loops on it, which is pretty awesome. I like that. So I have these, and it doesn't really matter really this first loop. So basically you take this wire and you fold it in half. Okay. And I'm going to leave these on hand because these come in handy to straighten it out the wire if I get a kink in it. But yes. And then I chose one of these loops. It doesn't matter. This side is a little bit bigger than this side, so I chose like the smaller size, but you know, I don't know. I'm still learning this technique. Okay. So now, all right. So I have a nice little loop that I have on my pliers here. From there, I like to take this loop and how these wires cross over. I like to take them and twist them. I'll twist them about 2 or 3 times. Okay, so you have this little twisty thing on your pliers. Then I take it and I move it towards the middle or in between the pliers. And then basically all I'm doing is twirling it around in a spiral going this way. Or you can go whatever way. It's just whatever the wire feels like doing, you know? Okay. Then it's going to take a little bit of finagling. That's a new word. And I like to keep it between my pliers. I like to keep the loop on the pliers, but then I'm twirling it. I'm going to move this stuff out of the way. This camera keeps trying to focus on something it doesn't need to focus on. And I might even go closer. Oh, look at that. We have the technology. We got the technology. Now we're cooking with Crisco. Once you get that first twirl, which I am having trouble getting the first twirl, you guys noticed anything different about my hands? I never do this, but I decided I didn't paint my nails per se, but I did use some nail wraps, you know, not any. Okay, where is my loop? Okay, I think there's a loop missing here. Put on this big one then. Okay. Alright, I got my first little spiral. And so once you get your first little spiral on your pliers, I like to turn and put it on a different way, but still on the same loop, because it runs out of space for you to twirl it any longer. So I'm going to twist, and then I'm going to twirl it. Twist, and then twirl it. Take it off. There we go. Take it off. Put it back on. And then twirl it. And in order for me to do this as a tutorial, I have to get my camera to cooperate with me, because sometimes it zooms out and sometimes it's trying to focus on different things, and I don't like that. That's just my personal opinion about cameras and the camera I have. I don't like it. So I'm twirling it. Look at that. Now we're starting to get a little shape here. Okay, so now I'm going to take and I'm going to twist it. I'm going to take it off, turn it around a little bit, get it back on the loop, and now I'm going to twirl it again. Twist it, and you're going to bend it. Take it off, put it back on. And I'm leaving it on the pliers because it's so small, it's kind of hard to like hold it in your fingers. So I want to hold it without it falling off. And twirl. Now let's take it off, twist it so that it goes on a different way, and twirling. Did you guys believe I have another stink bug in here? I feel like I got a stink bug kingdom that is like in my ceiling or something. Look at that. We're starting to get our rose here. Okay. So everybody here. So you guys, I put a video out. It is the braided ring tutorial. You can take it off now. It's a braided ring tutorial. I believe I did first, and then today is Tuesday, so I think about like Thursday-ish. I should be posting a video for my beveled ring. Let's see if I have one here. Okay, this is one for the beveled ring, where it's raised and it has two little sides to it. That was on my live a couple weeks ago. So that one's going to be a video that will be live soon. Okay. Can somebody report 𝕤𝕬𝕪 or block them or something? All right, so now I could do this in my hands. It will start to hurt after a little bit, but if you do it enough, it will come easier. And then I have, it's all basically twisting and twirling. Twisting and twirling. Be careful not to twist too much, because I did a little bit too much twisting. And then I have my example here, and I could just tell, okay, this is good. Now, this is the part, see, I practice these on my lives, but I'm like, can I show this in a video? So we have our little loop that we started off with that was on the pliers here. And that loop is what I'm going to work with real quick. So I want to have one wire going in this direction, and I want to have one wire going in that direction, because they're going in the same direction right now. So I'm going to take and I'm going to twist. Good. I could twist my wire over to one side and my other wire to the other side. So basically, I'm going to take this wire right here and I'm going to put it through this hole to have it pointing in another direction. And the reason why we want to do that is so that we can have this wire so locked in it can't come unraveled. You can take your needle nose or your chain nose and you just pull that through. Okay, so now I have the wire going in two different directions. We got our rose, we got the wire in two different directions. We still have a lot of wire to work with, so that's good. See? We have a good bit of wire to work with. So I'm going to grab my loopers again. Actually, let me try my little, I like these ones too. These, I don't even know what pliers these are, but they're like bent. I feel like they're like, they call them jump ring pliers, and I love them because they're so tiny and it holds really good. So I'm going down into behind my rose and I'm going to move my wire off to the side. Okay, now we don't need this anymore. Now I'm going to grab my loopers, choose a loop because I need to make a loop here. All right, and then I'm just going to wrap it around my pliers and try to complete that circle. While it's still on my pliers, I'm going to take this end and I'm going to wrap it around. Okay, and I'm going to wrap it twice. So we're good. Now let's move on to the other side, and we're going to put a loop on that side also. Okay, so I'm going to go down. All I'm doing is doing that, creating a little bend. Take our loopers, and then we're going to create a loop as soon as I put my pliers on here. Okay, and I'm going to loop it, and I'm going to complete the loop, which is not what I did. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to complete the loop. Okay. Once I complete the loop, I am going to wrap this around. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I am wearing contacts today, and for some reason when you're blind and you're trying to wear contacts and you're trying to focus on something, it ain't happening. I said to myself, you're gonna take those contacts out, right? Did I? No, I did not. Lord. Okay, so now I'm going to push these wires and trying to get them in the middle behind this rose, okay? And I just pushed them either way. And you can also, I'm going to take one of these and I'm going to go through the loop that's on the back that we created from the get-go. I'm going to push this wire through there, just giving it more like security. Y'all didn't see that. You didn't see me just pinch my whole entire finger in there. Okay. All right. So now I am going to do one more twist because I want to make sure that this is going to stay, and I'm trying to get it also in the middle as much as possible. You guys need to get you some of these pliers right here, and I think I put them in the supplies in the description box below, but if I didn't, let me know. But yeah, these things are magical. I am not liking my loops. I'm not liking anything on this thing. But you know what? Sometimes when you work with wire, it may not look good initially, but once you start smashing those wires down and securing them, it looks better. So I'm just twisting this real quick. Okay. So far, what do you guys think? You think you can do this? You think this is easy? I think it's easy, but then you may be like, that is way too hard. So what I like to do is I'm going to smash this between my fingers and just like start looping this around, because guess what? We're creating another rose on the other side. Yeah, we are doing this. Because what was happening was I started doing this and I said, oh my God, I have so much wire. And I'm like, what if I do another rose on the other side? Yeah, I did. You can do that. Okay, cool. So I'm doing the same concept, except that I'm doing it between my fingers and like trying not to wrap the wires on top of each other. You need the wires to be wrapping next to each other, not on top of each other. Okay. I'm twisting as I go, creating this little rose. It's small. It's now you know how roughly how big the second rose needs to be by looking at the first rose that's already there. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just twisting, just a lazy twist. Lazy twist and then twirl. Lazy twist and then twirl. Lazy twist and then twirl. It's getting there. How's everybody's week going? You guys alive out there? You guys get into any new hobbies other than bead wire wrapping and such? Because I started, I'm just like pushing. I'm getting towards the end of it matching the other side of the rose, and I am just trying to secure these ends in here so that they are not going to bother me later on. So you guys, I know if you guys follow me on Instagram, you are aware of this, but I have started in my garage, I started to tuft. I got a tufting gun, and I'm using up this yarn that is on my wall behind me, and I'm using it to make rugs out of it. So tufting is what you do to make rugs. And I tell you what, the very first little bit that I did, I can't believe I was successful at it. And I said, oh, I get it. So hopefully I'll be successful at doing that also. I don't really know if I can teach it. You know what, you guys? I made this bead that's magical and everything, but I was supposed to make the bead so that I knew I was gonna do this. When I was making the loops, I'm supposed to attach it to this bracelet. Yeah, but I didn't do that. So that one's gonna be a little earring. So that's that. Okay. So, have you guys done any new hobbies that I should know about that I need to be aware of? Or did you guys have any sort of success at anything this week that you want to share with the class? Because I really didn't do very much. Can somebody please remind me when I'm making the loops, the side loops, to attach it to my bracelet? You know what? I'm going to have the bracelet right here. It's going to be in my business. Like in my face. I knew I was going to do that. I knew it. Okay. We loop it. Once the loop is on the pliers, then we twist it. And then I'm gonna lay it off to the side as I'm twisting it. I might even take some pliers and smash them down because I need it to be flat. Now I'm gonna hold it and just be twisting it around. I don't think you guys are alive out there. Can you guys hear me? Am I saying words? Okay. I'm twisting and I'm twirling. And what I'm going to do is there's another added thing with these looper pliers, is that you can put this loop on here. And what I want to do, I can't really do it very much right now yet, but I want to smash this rose in between the plier loops. And I want to do that so that it doesn't move everywhere. See how it's in there? Okay. Now I'm going to take it off here, put it on a different way. And I'm kind of twirling it and going between loops, in between the loopers here. I'll do a lazy twist. Okay, and then I'm going to twirl it. Okay, take it out of the pliers, put it back in, and do a lazy twist. Nothing crazy. Which way am I twisting it? There we go. And then I'm going to twirl it. Take off the pliers, put it back on, twirling it as I go. Do a little bit of twisting. So lately I've been going through the fiasco. I have to go to New York to help my parents with a house that they rented out. And so the tenants had destroyed some things in there. And so we were going to go and help them. So, so of course I'm like, I'm not trying to watch this dog, this, you know, my dog, because he's still a puppy. Bronco's still a puppy. He still wants to be in every little thing. He wants to be in your business. He wants to sniff things. He wants to eat it. And I'm like, I'm not trying to have him on a work site trying to eat everything and taste and sample everything that he runs into. I'm not really a fan of that. So I'm going to leave him here, and I was going to have a friend that I know very, very, very well to watch him. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm trying to like find that one friend that I trust. And so I did kind of find them. I did sort of realize, oh, I can just ask these people because they have dogs and da-da-da. So I'm stressing out about that. So if you guys can pray for my well-being, because he's, you know, you have a dog that's like your baby, you know, that's your baby. He, you know, he's a family member, so you want to make sure he's okay. All right, so I have one over here, and then I'm going to twirl this guy to be over here. And now I'm going to go through the middle. This is just to lock it in. It's not needed, but if you want your wire to be secure, I would suggest you do it. Okay, there we go. Then I'm going to take the other side. This is the one I just pulled. Okay, now I'm going to take the other side and I'm going to push that through. Of course, in the video, the tutorial, when I do this one, is that I want to get the camera right. So here goes these pliers that come in handy. And I'm going to straighten this out. Okay. Alrighty. So there's our rose. Now, I am going to do one loop. I'm going to do one loop. So I'm going to bend it with my teeny tiny pinchers, get my loopers, create a loop, and then I'm going to close that loop. Okay, and I'm going to leave it just out there. My pliers, I have to remember, do not close this loop. Get my pliers, do a bend, grab my loopers, create a loop, create a loop, complete it, but don't close it. Then I'm going to take my already string of roses. That's how I connected all of them. And I'm just going to put it on this wire to go on this loop that isn't closed yet. This is almost like, for instance, I don't know if later on I can add it here, but I want to add, hopefully I can add a card that goes to a link of my video, of my beaded chain video. And this is basically the same concept. It's creating loops and letting those loops hold the next bead, and so on and so forth. That's how you make the beaded chain. I think it's called beaded chain. So I'm gonna see if I'm gonna put this in the put that link in the description box below, and you can see how I make the beaded chain bracelet. So there you go. So it's all connected, but we only have one rose on here, so we want to complete this rose bead with another rose in the middle. So I'm going to get this wire in the middle, because that's where we're twirling in order to make a rose. Even when you draw it, whenever you make it, it always starts in the middle. Okay, but I want to make sure that my loops stay where they're supposed to. So my loops kind of moved. Okay, there we go. So here we go. So we have a loop here, we have a loop here, we have our wire that's in the middle on the back now, okay? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay this down flat, because I'm going to start twirling it. I need to figure out which, I'm going to go this way. Now we're going to do a lazy twist of the two wires. Looks like a jumble of wires, but if you look closely on it, you can see the wire appearing and creating a little rose in the middle. And what I like is that it seems like the twist that I'm doing is keeping it, making it stronger as a shape, instead of it being loose wires that are twirled in a spiral. Okay. Make sure the wire is not going underneath each other. Make sure it's being twisted around and next to each other. Okay. Alrighty. So what I'm also going to do is I'm going to keep pulling out this loop, because this loop seems to want to twist in, and I want to make sure it doesn't get lost. So far, I like this technique, but the problem with this technique is I feel like it's going to be really hard to teach it and show it. So I don't know what I need to do in order to get it to not be so difficult. So now I'm going to take these wire ends and start pushing them between the two roses. And I'm squishing as I go, moving things around to get those ends in there and make sure it's not going to bother me later on. Okay, I lost one. And if you feel like you lost the wire, like you don't know where it is, just feel along it, along the piece that you're working on. And if you can't feel the pointy part, then I guess you did good, because I'm not feeling anything. So there you have it. Okay. I have a problem. Does anybody have the same problem that I have, where I always tend to use my nails instead of using pliers? I have plenty of pliers here, but I want to use my nails in order to move things around. Am I the only one? So that's what it looks like. Let me see. Yeah. Okay. So I think at this point, if I want to finish this off, excuse me for a moment. If I want to finish this off, I want to see, maybe I could put a jump ring or something. I'm just going to put a jump ring on there. So we got 2 jump rings. I already had the lobster claw. I literally hear, I hear a bug hitting the wall. All right, here we go. All right, so I like using this thing. Have anybody used these they call it jump ring openers? And you just stick the jump ring in there, and then you just twist it, and it opens it up. And it opens it right up. So I'm gonna put that jump ring in there. And you know what too about this bracelet is that it doesn't matter what side that you're using, what side you're using to open up. So let me see. Do I need another jump ring? I think I do. I want to do another jump ring. Even though there is rings on either side, I'm seeing that it seems a little, see, I always end up putting my pliers, using my pliers, but I like to use my jump ring openers. Okay. Now let's close it. Okay, so now I'm going to put this on just so I can look at it and marvel because I love it so much. I hate the fact that the jump ring colors don't match the actual rose part. That kind of annoys me. I'm very stank about it. I hate it. I hate the fact that these colors do not match. But anyway, this technique takes a lot of patience, but once you get it down, you will enjoy it. So there you go. So you guys, what I was doing the other day was I was trying to get all my wire out and trying to find all my wire, gather it all together, and then try to make sure that I have all my wire together for my ultimate wire video. That's what we're calling it. Ultimate, I think it is. The ultimate wire something video where I'll have all my wires. I will order all my wires so that they're here for this video. That's number 1. Okay. And then number 2 is to order the right wire so that I know what wire I want to show you guys, what you can use for certain projects and stuff like that. So I do have that coming up. I also want to wind this up real quick, but I also want to show you guys my new merch. So I'm wearing one of the shirts. You can see it. It's a crop top. But yeah, it's like a girl with water. She's carrying water jugs on her head, something like that. Yeah. So it was fun to do. So that's a new shirt that I have, and I've been getting my wire together to make sure that you guys have the ultimate wire video. I've been receiving a lot of comments about, what wire are you using for this? What wire are you using for that? And I'm like, I don't know. Because back then when I first did that video that everyone talks about, is that when I first did that video, I didn't know what wire I was using, like what type of wire. So I'm starting to get to the point where, okay, I can tell this is aluminum, or I know that this right here is copper and what I would use it for and what I would, you know, suggest you use it for. So this right here is 22 gauge copper wire. There will be a tutorial coming soon on how to create this actual bead and also how to connect them. if I remember that I need to stop closing my loops before I put it on. But anyway, yeah, you guys, look out for that video. Next week will be my beveled ring video, and I think that's about it. And even in the next video, the ultimate wire video, I am going to show you guys how to create jump rings, how to make an earring wire, and all that stuff. So the ultimate wire video is definitely going to be set up in such a way that I'm going to have a project per type of wire. So it will be quick. It won't be like, oh, this is the project start to finish. No, I would be like, okay, if I get 20 gauge wire or 18 gauge wire, I'm going to do like earring wire, because that's what I use that for. I don't use it for much of anything else. So like I have this 9 gauge aluminum wire here, and basically I use this to make shapes. So that's what I'm going to do. So for each wire, I'll do a little project and what I use the wire for. So I'm really excited about that coming out. So anyway, I'm going to head off early. It seems like everybody's asleep, and that's okay. We sometimes we do need to sleep, and that is okay. Okay. And besides, I have so much stuff I need to do. Oh my god. So when I get off here, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna go downstairs, and I might be putting up sometime today a little piece of my tufting experience. Basically, it's not gonna be anything like I'm gonna do a full YouTube video. At least I don't think I would. But then again, sometimes I surprise me myself and I. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be doing some tufting. So you guys look out for me on Instagram, on YouTube. I might post a little short or something. I would have to edit it first, but you know what I mean. I'll be as quick as I can with that. So look out for that. It's going to be really, to me, it's really exciting. I hope you guys are excited too. But anyway, you guys, I guess I will see you in the next live. And if I don't see you in the next live, I'll see you in the next video. Okay, bye. And then I have to do I forgot. So you guys always have to wait for me to do my thumbnail, okay? I have to remember to do a thumbnail. Wait, let's move this out of the way. Let's make it look like I'm in the middle of doing it. And then I go like this, and you can focus in. Let me take these off. I'm a mess. I'm a wreck, you guys. And you're just like, I just feel like there's only 5 people here, so I could just do what I want. So here's my thumbnail. I gotta have my nice nails in there. Look. Oh, look. Okay, I gotta do my face. That's my thumbnail. Okay, you guys? So you can look for that. I am a mess. So you guys, see you in the next video, and I'll say bye again. Bye.